بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله حمدا كثيرا طيبا مباركا فيه كما يحب ربنا ويرضاه. إخوتي في الله، كلمات يسيرات, some brief words. معلوم لديكم, is known to you, in the time of the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, جاء أعرابي فبال في طائفة من المسجد. There was an Arabi, it's a desert Arab Bedouin. He came and he urinated in the masjid. وغيره, other than him, it occurs from people mistakes because of ignorance. We have in Islam al-udhr bil-jahl. We have the fact that people are excused due to ignorance. Ignorance sometimes comes from people who just don't know. Ignorance comes sometimes from people who know. Sometimes it could be ignorance in the action itself. Like this Sahabi came and urinated. Sometimes it could be ignorance in the usloob, in the mannerism of doing something. It's also known to you all that Mu'adh ibn Jabal radiallahu anhu, he used to pray Salatul Isha with the Prophet. Then he would go back to his village and lead them in Salah. His niyyah was nafila, and he was leading them in that which is fard. One night, he opened up Surah Al-Baqarah, and it's after Isha. He's reading the whole of Surah Al-Baqarah. So one of the people left the Salah and just went ahead, made ruku' and made sujood, and finished the Salah, but he was tired. So when this news reached Mu'adh, after he was leading the Salah, Mu'adh said he's a munafiq, called him a hypocrite. So that man, he went complaining to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and the Prophet said, "Afattanan anta ya Mu'adh, afattanan anta." Are you here to put the people to the test? No. Mu'adh made a mistake. What the fact that he has knowledge? He has knowledge. And the likes of that, a bigger mistake is in the ruling. It's also known that Khalid ibn Walid, Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, sent him in an expedition. فالناس ما أحسنوا التعبير فقالوا صبعنا وما قالوا أسلمنا. The people that they attacked, they didn't use the best expression to say that we accepted Islam. It said saba'na. And they used this word saba'a for somebody that disbelieves, it use it for somebody who left their religion and has no religion. They use it for the Muslims. They used it for the Muslims. So when the Muslims came and attacked them, they said saba'na. We left that religion, we entered Islam. But Khalid ibn Walid, he didn't understand that. He started killing them. He started killing them. So until Ibn Umar, he commanded them to everybody take slaves. And the second day, he said, whoever has a slave, they kill him. Ibn Umar said, "La, I'm not killing my slave, and nobody else is going to kill that slave." And they went back and they told the Prophet, the Prophet said, Allahumma inni abru ilayka mimma sana'a Khalid. He said, I'm free from what Khalid did. Al-hasil an al-akhta hasila. The point is that mistakes occur. ولكن الأصل في إصلاح الأمور الرفق. The origin of things, that when you rectify them, is that you're soft and that you're gentle. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says, قُلْ ما يعبأ بكم ربي لولا دعاؤكم فقد كذبتم فسوف يكون لزاما. لا يعبأ بكم سيدس. قل يا محمد، قل هذا للكفار، لا يبالي بكم ربي، لا وزن لكم عند ربي لولا أنه يدعوكم إلى الإسلام. هذا بس. Say to them, Muhammad, that my Lord does not care anything about you if it wasn't for the fact that He's calling you all to Islam, seeing if you're going to accept Islam. And the only reason Allah is being patient with them and showing mercy for them, He's calling them to Islam. Say this to them, Muhammad, قُلْ مَا يَعْبَأُ بِكُمْ رَبِّي. Say, my Lord doesn't care anything about you. لَوْلَا دُعَاؤُكُمْ لَوْلَا دُعَاؤُكُمْ لَوْلَا دُعَاؤُهُ إِيَّاكُمْ. It wasn't for the fact that He's calling you to Islam. فَقَدْ كَذَّبْتُمْ. But you have rejected. فَسَوْفَ يَكُونُ لِزَامًا. أي عذابه سيكون لازما. It's going to be a punishment. وآيات في هذا المجال كثير. The examples of this are that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says, أَفَنَضْرِبُ عَنْكُمُ الذِّكْرَ صَفْحًا أَنْ كُنْتُمْ قَوْمًا مُسْرِفِينَ أَفَنَقْطَعْ عَنْكُمُ الذِّكْرَ فَلَا يَأْتِيكُمُ الْوَحْيُ لا يأتيكم الوحي ولا يأتيكم الرسل بسبب أنكم مجرمين وأنكم مسرفون. لا والله حتى وإن. هذه آية عظيمة يا إخوة. Allah says, are we going to cut the dhikr off for you? We're going to stop prophets from coming and we're not going to send them any books just because you're people that transgress in sin? أَفَنَضْرِبُ عَنْكُمُ الذِّكْرَ صَفْحًا أَنْ كُنْتُمْ قَوْمًا مُسْرِفِينَ وَكَمْ أَرْسَلْنَا مِن نَبِيٍّ فِي الْأَوَّلِينَ. How many prophets that we sent before Muhammad? وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَا مِن نَبِيٍّ إِلَّا كَانُوا بِهِ يَسْتَهْزِئُونَ. And we didn't send any prophet except they ridiculed the prophet. I mean, Allah knows beforehand every prophet He sent. Every prophet He sent. They ridiculed him and they made mockery of him with that. Allah says, don't think just the fact that you all have gone overboard, I'm going to stop the dhikr from coming. Allah is merciful. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, كَذَلِكَ مَا أَتَى الَّذِينَ مِنْ قَبْلِهِمْ مِنْ رَسُولٍ إِلَّا قَالُوا سَاحِرًا أَوْ مَجْنُونَ. There has not come, كَذَلِكَ مَا أَتَى الَّذِينَ مِنْ قَبْلِهِمْ. There has not come to any people before them, before the people of Quraysh, مِنْ رَسُولٍ, from any messenger, إِلَّا قَالُوا سَاحِرًا أَوْ مَجْنُونَ, except that they say sahir, he's a magician, or he's majnoon, he's crazy. أَتَوَاصَوْا بِهِ. Is it that every generation is yatawasa, is giving every generation this same nasiha? If a prophet comes to you, say he's crazy, say he's majnoon. قُلْ أَنْهُ سَاحِرٌ أَتَوَاصَوْا بِهِ. Now you would think, is it that every people that's saying, oh my children, if a prophet comes to you all, because every single group, every single nation, every single ummah that's saying the same thing. Allah said, أَتَوَاصَوْا بِهِ. Is it that they are advising each generation the same thing? بَلْ هُمْ قَوْمٌ طَاغُونَ. No, that's not it. They're just oppressive people. They're just oppressive. They just go overboard. فَتَوَلَّ عَنْهُمْ. And the strong rejection that they get, the Prophet, Allah told His Prophet, just turn away from them. فَتَوَلَّ عَنْهُمْ. Just turn away from them. الأمثلة على هذا كثير. نبينا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم قتل من أصحابه. His companions got killed, but he started making qunut after Salat al-Fajr. He called, Allahumma al'an fulan, wal'an fulan. The Prophet started cursing them and making dua against them. فأنزل الله قوله ليس لك من الأمر شيء أو يتوب عليهم أو يؤذبهم. You have nothing to do with this matter. Who gets guided, who gets punished. Adaba. Na'am. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reprimanded His Prophet. You have nothing to do with this matter. فكان بعد ذلك النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم after that took a different approach, as it comes in the hadith of Ibn Mas'ud. قال رضي الله عنه كأني أنظر إلى رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يحكي نبيا من الأنبياء صلوات الله والسلام عليه. Ibn Mas'ud said, it's as if I'm looking at the Prophet telling the story of one of the prophets. وهو يحكي عن نفسه. He's talking about his own self. يحكي عن نفسه. ضربه قومه حتى أدموه. His people hit him until he was bleeding. It's one of the reasons why the Prophet was making dua against these people as it comes. And the Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, يوم أحد كسرت رباعيته وشج رأسه. His bottom tooth was broke and they cracked his head and he was bleeding. فقال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم كيف يفلح قوم شجوا نبيهم وكسروا رباعيته. How's the people going to be guided who hit their prophet in his head and made him bleed and broke his tooth? And the bleeding was so bad, they had to take a hasir and burn it on the prophet's head just to get the bleeding to stop. So the prophet said, كيف يفلح قوم, and you have the istib'ad. A prophet seems far-fetched. It's far-fetched that these people were guided. Allah said, ليس لك من أمر شيء. You have nothing to do with this matter. فبعد ذلك, Ibn Mas'ud said, it's like if I'm seeing the prophet tell a story about when the prophets ضربه قومه حتى أدموه. His people hit him until the blood is coming down on his face. وهو يمسح الدم من وجهه. He's wiping the blood off his face. فقال اللهم اغفر لقومي فإنهم لا يعلمون. Allah forgive my people. They don't know. التمس لهم العذر. He found for them an excuse that they don't know. And ignorance هو العذر. Now, ignorance is an excuse for you to pardon somebody and to be patient with them and to teach them. والأمثلة على هذا إخوتي في الله هو كثير، وإنما هذا نصيحة لي ونصيحة لغيري. The examples of this a lot, but it's just advice for myself and a reminder for you all. Be gentle with that Muslim you see that comes say he has ignorance with him. You might still have some jahiliyyah with him. Shiddah is not going to be the way. Harshness is not going to be the way to draw him in. Don't just leave him and don't advise him. لا تتنازل عن دينك. Don't forego your religion and give up things for your religion. But advise him softly. كذلك كنتم من قبل فمن الله عليكم فتبينوا. You were all like that before. Just how you were all before. فمن الله عليكم, and Allah places ni'mah and guidance on you. فتبينوا. So make it clear to him. الأصل في الدعوة الرفق. The asl, the origin, the foundation of da'wah and spreading Islam is based on softness. The biggest reason why people disobey Allah, the biggest reason is jahl, is ignorance. فإن الجهل وترقب معه الطمع أو الحسد أو الكبر. Okay, يتراكم يتعاظم. When you have jahl, you have ignorance, and you attach to it envy. You have ignorance and you attach to it arrogance. Ignorance and you attach to it greed. Ignorance, you attach to it wash. Becomes a bigger problem. But the origin under all that pile of filth is ignorance laying right there. Deal with that issue of the ignorance. Deal with the issue of ignorance with gentleness. لا يؤمن أحدكم حتى يحب لأخيه ما يحب لنفسه. None of you believe till you love for your brother what you love for yourself. How would you like to be reminded about your sex? How would you like advice to come to you? So keep that in your mind when you see that brother or that sister, she's not dressed right, hijab is not correct. The origin of these things is not, don't look at somebody who's making a mistake and say, he doesn't love Islam. Like, don't think like that. No, don't. That's not the reason. You just don't know. You were like that. So don't judge anybody by the pants that he's wearing, or that hat that he's wearing, or that if you wear that hat, you're a gangbanger. You don't love Islam. He's just ignorant. What brought him to the masjid? I get here. Who in the world prays Fajr? Who comes to the masjid and prays Fajr? Ahsan al-nas. The best of people. Who comes to Jummah? Somebody has something fi qalbi, has something in his heart. So take advantage of the fact that he's in the masjid and try to advise him. Times like this, sometimes like that. We ask Allah to make us merciful to one another, kind and merciful to one another. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك.